What is going on, guys? I'm Brother from Another Brick, and welcome to the Republic Stud Show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Republic Stud Show. It is I, Republic Studs, and today we are here with the man, the myth, the legend, BFAB. So first off, so welcome, Mr. BFAB.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into it. I like to ask this question to everyone we have. What got you involved in LEGO? What got you involved in the community? How do you find this sector of the community? Just tell us everything. I want a full introduction of you, your channel, everything you do. Go for it.
Okay, sounds good. So I started YouTube after I found 3 Mr. Golds. So as a kid, I found 3 Mr. Golds. I started telling everyone on the internet, like, hey, I found 3 Mr. Golds, and everyone's like, hey, you're a liar. And I'm like, okay. So I decided to make a YouTube channel to kind of prove to other people that I had found 3 Mr. Golds. And then since that day, I've been kind of involved in the community. So, yeah.
So that was kind of your introduction. You were like bragging rights. So I mean, I guess
people calling me out, like everyone and their mother was like, I found 50 Mr. Golds. And I'm like, well, that's not true, but I found 3. And they're like, nah, you're lying.
What was that?
Like,
what was that like? I know you. I saw your video on that. I thought it was like fascinating because you had like different stories for each one.
Yeah, I mean, finding 3 Mr. Golds, like, that's amazing when you think about it
Actually,
now.
well,
I mean,
if you can, preface
so,
to the audience what Mr. Gold is, because like.
So Mr. Gold was a chase minifigure for LEGO Minifigures Series 10, and there was 5,000 of them in the world, and I found 3. Like, finding 1 was difficult to do. Finding 3 is unheard of. So.
Yeah, that was like the first and last time LEGO ever did anything like that. They did like this special, like you have to find them in a mystery bag, and people went nuts.
Yeah.
Do you still have any, or did you sell them all?
So I sold the 3 that I found, and then years later I bought a damaged one, but like the whole back of the Mr. Gold's like chrome is gone. So yeah,
that's tough. That sucks. If you kept them now, they're like $4,000.
I think they're going for about $5 to $6K right now, which is insane.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
It hurts. It hurts. Just to think, I made about $1,500 off 3 Mr. Golds when I sold them. So yeah.
You made that's what you made?
Yeah. Because the first one I sold for $300. Second one I sold for either like $420, $450, and the last one I sold for about $800.
Dang,
so.
You could buy a mediocre Honda Civic for that. Wow. That's a lot. Dang, for 3 little pieces of plastic.
It is insane. It really is. So yeah.
I mean, here. So we were talking about this before, and I was like, I just wanted to initiate the podcast with this. So Lego Star Wars rumors have been kind of crazy recently, specifically in regards to this Lego Ohio guy. Now, what was it he just dropped? He dropped like he just dropped a bomb like that we're gonna have a Death Star, a Nebulon, and a fan vote between a Razor Crest, a UCS Razor Crest, a UCS U-wing, and a UCS Venator.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to have a debate with Mr. BFAB here just to see like what he's thinking on this, because there's a lot of skepticism around this, and I just kind of want to hash this out to kind of just establish what we all think of this.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't believe the guy yet. He hasn't proved himself, right? And you see people like Promo Bricks calling him out, and when Promo Bricks calls you out, I think your credibility kind of goes out the window. That being said, we've had people in the LEGO community show up and give us rumors, and they turn out to be real. Like, I believe for, like, the A-Wing rumor, Ryan got an email from a kid saying, like, his uncle was, like, a LEGO Star Wars designer. And so Ryan shared the email or whatever later, and the kid was right. So, I mean, who knows,
Yeah, I feel like that's the type of situation where we have someone whose relative or friend works for LEGO and is, like, deep in, and he's just telling them what they're doing, because I don't think they have to sign NDAs for, like, old, like, sets.
I think they do, but it's like if you're close with somebody, right? If you work for LEGO, right? And your family member's like, hey, here's this information. I don't think they expect you to run to the internet and tell everyone.
Here's the thing. If he went out here saying, listen, there's going to be Phase 2 Cody, there's going to be a UCS ATT, there's going to be a Geonosis Arena, I think that would be skeptical. It's ridiculous because it's feeding whatever it wants. The problem is it's so random, the stuff he drops.
Yeah.
Like, he dropped, like, a Jar Jar Binks Gungan head was scheduled for factory production. I feel like that would be an offhand thing someone would tell him. Like, oh, it looks like they're doing a Jar Jar thing. That's just so random. How else would that come up? Like, I feel that's where he tends to, like, you know, entice me a little more, is with stuff like that. And I mean, he revealed the Force Ghost piece, which you know I don't like, but it's a very Lego thing for them to do. The Kaminoan, which I think is really interesting. You have the windshield, which, you know, we're gonna find out very quickly if that turns out to be legit. And I feel like people are still, even after that gets revealed, they're gonna be like, nah, it's not real. Plus, the Mandalorian face, the face print, which, like, there's no way he could be staging all of this. These are special molds.
I mean, you could. I mean, he could be 3D printing stuff, you know?
Yeah, but not this high quality. Especially look at because, yeah, maybe, I could see it with the Din piece, but with the Force Ghost piece, I mean, it's a trans clear piece. It's not that easy to 3D print those.
Well, think about it. He could 3D print it and then, like, edit it in Photoshop. You know, like, there's a lot that people, you know, could do. I've seen it happen before. I can't think of a particular incident, but, like, it's happened before.
And I mean, what with the I mean, you know, the rumors are one thing. Like with the Rancor Scorpionic or the one he just dropped. That's one thing. But I feel like with the leaked images, like, I don't know. Especially a lot of it's just so obscure. That's why I buy it more, is because of the obscurity. He's not giving people exactly, like, things that they are, like, dying to see. Again, you know, he's an adult, as far as I could tell. He has, like, a picture of, like, it looks like, I guess, his daughter, if you scroll down on his feed. So, like, it's not like some kid just trolling everyone.
Yeah.
So
it's really weird. It's just hard to trust people. I think in the Lego space, and after the thing that, like, Jay's Brick blog pulled, where he made up that fake rumor.
Yeah, that Lego approved. They wanted him to go and make it.
Yeah, but take a look at, there's a guy named, like, Cody Leaks on Instagram.
And
he's making a lot of fake leaks. I called him out for it, and he sends me a DM. He's like, oh, I'm just pulling a Jay's Brick blog. And I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, that was a weird precedent that they set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I think people seeing others' platform for making up fake rumors, a lot of people are having fun. You get one person to believe you, one decent-sized YouTuber or Instagrammer to believe you, everyone starts believing you.
Yeah. The thing that draws me to him is his obscurity, and he's not trying to, like Yavin. That's a practical thing that you could see them totally doing for $530. It's not like out of all the things that it would be that or a Death Star. I mean, because it's not a prequel set like everyone would want. It's not anything crazy. It's the only location that they have not made from the original trilogy in any form. Like, they've done Ewok villages, they've done Bespins, they've done every area other than Yavin. So it kind of makes sense. I don't know. Like to me, that makes sense.
I think in one of his recent posts, he said he knows 2023 sets. I feel like it's too early. You know, unless literally, right, he's related to a Lego designer, which could happen, right?
Or he knows one, yeah.
I think it's too early, you know?
Well, with the Nebulon, I don't think that one's too far of a stretch, because Lego actually did say they were going to make it. They said, we intend on making the rest of these just at a later date. The fan vote for the gunship, that happened in February 2020. The gunship came out in 2021. So, you know, by the time this comes out, 2023, it's pretty reasonable to assume that that or the TIE Bomber are going to be out by then, because they also said they're going to be doing another fan vote.
Yeah.
Which is what he said. Which is what he, you know, said. They're doing a fan vote. Now, the selection he has there, first off, all great options, by the way. That one's going to be tough. But it's going to be the Venator, of course. If that ends up being the case. I mean, what do you think about that whole thing? Say that true. Take that as it's true. How do you think that's going to play out? I kind of glanced
at it before, like, popping on here. I think he said, the Venator, like the Death
Razor
Star
Crest
2?
and U-Wing.
Okay. I would like to see the Razor Crest, but you're probably right. The Venator will probably end up getting chosen, if that's true.
I'm going to fully campaign for a Venator. That thing's going to be sick.
Yeah.
And this time we need to go in with the expectation of the figures are going to suck. And, like, I'm good with that. because I want a Venator. So I'd be curious if they did that in like a $200 scale or like a 500, like a you see a Star Destroyer type thing. That would be interesting to see.
I like when Lego does the fan votes because it kind of gives us a voice, you know? And I think that Lego needs to do that a lot more often.
Yeah, and I mean, a thing I've generally noticed, and this is a thing with the Star Wars community, especially in particular, we've been complaining a lot in recent times. Just and you know, I like to call them out where there's problems, but they're still doing a fantastic job. If everything in the Summer Wave rumor list turns out to be true, which it probably will, Promo Bricks put it out, then this will probably have been the best era of Lego Star Wars that we've had ever. Maybe incompatible with 2014. 2014 is still the best year for me.
2014. I'm trying to remember the sets from back then, but I don't think I was buying a lot of Star Wars.
Here, I'll give you a picture. There were like 4 battle packs on shelves. Well, actually, and there were like a bunch of different Revenge of the Sith sets. The thing is, it had the perfect culmination of original trilogy and prequels. You had the right amount. You had a great AT-AT, a great Cantina. You had what else did we have? You just had some great prequel sets. And I just thought it was really kind of just a neat wave. Again, you had the 212 battle pack, another clone battle pack, and then you had the ones on shelves from the year before. You had the ATTs and gunships on shelves still. So it was a killer year, man. And that was just my first year in Lego Star Wars too. So.
That was where we got Ewoks Village, right?
Well, it was still on shelves at the time. I'm just saying, like, if you look at what's on shelves, that was a great year.
Yeah. So the rumor is that we're getting episode 2 sets? Is that correct?
Well, we're getting an ATTE, Obi-Wan Starfighter, and supposedly a gunship. Those are the only episode 2 ones I know of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the episode 2 ones. So that would be interesting. But I mean, the thing is, because now you have all the shows. Because back then you just had the 2 hours of Star Wars and the Clone Wars, and also Rebels was just coming out. So you had the Ghost and stuff. But this time around, we're going to be having, the Mandalorian. We have Boba Fett. We have all this other stuff. So you're even culminating that even more, which I think is kind of neat.
Yeah. There's a lot they could make. Yeah.
Yeah. So your video style, you're a very changed YouTuber. So like, what exactly were you? Because like when I first knew about you, I thought of you like, oh, you're kind of like Just Too Good, where you just did like Lego videos on like random sets or whatever. You didn't like have a particular theme you were biased to. So like, what was that like? And you've kind of transitioned away from that. So like, just describe to me that, because I'm curious.
I was trying to become Just Too Good. Like, I was obsessed with the guy's content. I like him as a person. He's a great guy. I was trying to beat him and beat him at the same time. You know, it's kind of weird because I was like, let's be first to news. Let's get out this video faster than Just Too Good. And that was always my goal. But I've kind of changed my content more into commentary content. I still do news videos and stuff, but I actually try to make them good. Not saying that Just Too Good doesn't make the news videos. That sounds bad. But like for me, if you're getting news out within the first hour that it drops, it probably isn't the highest quality content.
Oh yeah,
for
I'll
me,
admit that. Yeah, that's true.
News, it's taking 2 to 3 days to make a video, but I want it to be good. So yeah.
You're like an investigative reporter. You want to fully analyze it. So I mean, so you've turned into a commentary news channel. I mean, like I've been liking your commentary. Like I'll listen, and it's interesting that you're getting a commentary because you write down your scripts. You script stuff completely. I don't like. I'll bullet point, but I won't script. I won't fully. I mean, I sometimes do, but I won't fully script. And I thought that was really neat. That you like have that all planned out. Like, what is like? Do you have a staging process for how you do your videos?
Literally, I grab a notepad, I write a script, and then I record audio, and then I get to editing. Very basic stuff. But for me, what I realized is when I wasn't scripting, the video just sounds bad. I have an issue with like talking to people or like talking fluently. Yeah. So like even right now, for me, I'm going to stutter a bunch. I'm going to be like, this or that. Just because I don't feel comfortable. But like for me, when it comes to scripting things are so easily done. I can re-record the audio 100 times, and I just have a format to kind of look off. So
no, yeah, I guess I'm able to somewhat articulate. Like, that's a problem I generally have. Like, I suck at articulating what I'm thinking, at most things. Like in Lego, I happen to be good at this particular area, which is probably why I started doing that. This whole thing. But yeah. I mean, I've been like loving your content. So for those who like don't know, he does this like very quick, like I don't want to say educational, but informative content. He does it in such a concise way that just, you know, like you don't get bored the whole video. He's like putting text up every 3 seconds. So like, how does that work? Do you just like go on Google and just type up like and then just
Literally every word that you see, I hand typed. Like a lot of people think a software does it. For me, it doesn't. So like I'm listening. If I say I'm listening, pausing, typing.
You see, I use Adobe, and typing is such a pain in the butt because you have to press up type, you have to type it, and then you type it in, and then you press save, and then you have to move it around, and if it doesn't work, it's like I just hate doing it. But that's just why I don't add text into my videos usually. I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, for now
it takes a lot more time. It really does. But I watched a video probably about 6 months ago, and some kid was kind of breaking down the whole like Tommy Innit growth and how he's kind of grown super fast. And it was because like I forgot what they said, but it was like the wording keeps people kind of drawn into the video.
He formats his videos like TikToks.
What's up?
He formats his videos like TikToks. I mean, you'll notice with YouTube, it's gotten very fast-paced. This is like not just him. This is like a Mr. Beast, all the gaming channels type thing, Minecraft YouTubers. Yeah. They make it very fast-paced. It's not like what it used to be where you sit down and listen to someone talk. It's more fast-paced, and the Lego community's finally starting to get into that. There's been a lot of very fast people, fast and up-and-coming people. You've had Brick Science. He's been insane. You know that, who he is, right?
Yeah, he's very talented. I think his name's Riley. He's super talented.
I've talked to him a bunch. He is very motivated at what he does. Like, and I respect him for it. He's gotten 200-something thousand subs in the last year. Insane guy. You have Generic Stud. He's a little more ingrained in the community. Riley's more like he's just YouTube more than Lego. Generic Stud's kind of 50-50. I feel like he's insane.
Generic Stud is one of my favorite content creators. The kid has personality. He has a great editing style. The kid's going places. I still remember talking to him when he had less than 200 subs, and we were on a Brick Attack stream trying to get him some subs, right? And I was talking to him like, you're going to go places. I'm like, you're going to go places. And now seeing him at over 100K subs, I'm so proud of the kid. Like, he's killing it.
No, he is. He is like I really aspire what his model, because I'm gonna get there eventually. I just suck at editing. I don't enjoy editing that much, generally speaking. I like doing the videos and doing the Lego and interacting with people. Editing isn't my thing, so one day I might just have to like bite the bullet and get an editor when I could afford it, and a good editor too. Just because I want to make people better content that I'm not physically able to make. And I think my school actually offers an editing class, so I fully intend on taking that next year. And learning, and maybe I'll like it more. I don't know, we'll see. But like you and him have
because like you sit in front of the camera, you talk to people are very engaged with your personality. I don't think you need all the crazy edits. You can do it, but I feel like your personality is the reason why you're growing so fast.
No, well, thank you. BFAB was one of my first big supporters. I remember I couldn't really get in with any of the larger Lego content creator, and BFAB was always there, just being really supportive. So I wanted to have him on just because he's an awesome guy. Beyond that, he's just he's had an interesting road in the community. He's you've been around for a while. I remember watching.
I've been for 8 years. It's insane. Time goes by so fast.
Believe it or not, I've actually been in the community 7 years, in different ways.
Yeah.
But I was on Instagram when I was 9, probably not the best idea. I had it on my iPad, and there's some people today I still know. I found out later. There's 2 people in specifically. You probably know them. There's LCW Productions, who I knew back then.
Okay.
And there's
I know the name. Yep.
The Ace of Bricks, who's now the 7th of 7th stud or something.
That's Ryan's buddy or something.
Yeah, but I've known him for a while, and he says he's gonna quit every 5 seconds. But I've known him since I was for a long time, and it's kind of insane. Because I had an Instagram account when I started, and that's how I got started. But yeah, I just find it fascinating. So something I wanted to ask about. So this was probably close to a year ago now, or like something like that.
Yeah.
But you got canceled.
Yep.
So I want you to explain this because this was something that was interesting.
Yeah, so about a year ago, I was on a live stream and I was drunk. And I made a comment about LAN and how LAN would let people in based on being diverse, right? And I made a joke. I said a word that I didn't know the meaning of and basically got canceled for it. Everyone in the LEGO space either didn't want to talk to me or they're like, yeah, he's this or that, right? And so after that whole situation, I kind of distanced myself from the community, tried to explain to people that wanted to listen to me what had actually happened and how I didn't know the meaning of the word that I said. And sorry, I didn't know the meaning of the word that I said.
F1?
And what's up?
What do you say, like just like F or the F1?
No, so instead of using the word transgender, I used a word that's kind of outdated now.
Okay.
Yeah. And so during that time, like everyone cut me off. Everyone was speaking up against me. People from LEGO Masters were speaking up against me. Big people in the LGBTQIA community were speaking up against me. And yeah, it sucked. And
what was it? Wait.
For me,
you had the thing with Jangbricks, right? What was that? What happened there?
Jang just doesn't like me. I went off on a couple of people on Twitter. And Jang decided to send me a message basically saying, BFAB, you're a scumbag, don't talk to me. So, yeah.
Dang. This man got told off by the largest LEGO YouTuber.
He's like, don't affiliate yourself with me. Here's back your Patreon money. I don't want you to be affiliated with me. And I'm
That's
like, okay,
terrible.
Cool.
Like, what was it you tweeted that he just, like, sent you your money?
So I went off on a couple Twitch streamers because I had made a tweet saying that I don't understand why Twitch streamers in the LEGO space use mental health as a tag because none of them are talking about mental health, and I thought it was wrong, right? And instead of people being like supportive or trying to answer my question, I just got attacked by everyone. And so I went off on a bunch of
something else.
I went off on a lot of people. I wasn't proud of how I reacted to certain things. I said a bunch of screwed up stuff. But I think for me, you know, obviously I was intoxicated when I said everything that I said. I'm not proud of it. I tried to resolve stuff with the people. Didn't work out. Gave the person money, too, after I went off on her, and didn't work out. Instead, she decided to use it as another Twitter post and be like, BFAB, I'm not a prostitute. You can't buy me. So
what did
I'm
you
like,
send him
sorry,
money?
I donated to your friend with cancer. I'm so sorry I did that. Like,
why, you donated to a cancer fund? And he would give you crap
I guess
for it?
she was using it to raise money for her friend with cancer. And so I felt bad after what I did. I'm in the wrong with that. You know, obviously I went off on them. Obviously I'm going to state that I was drunk. And I'm not proud of what I said. But I thought, you know, let me redeem myself. Let me give you some money. Instead, I got blocked and then a whole little tweet about me. So that was fun.
Yeah, you can never surrender to those people because they'll accept nothing less, I feel like, for people that just want to go after you than you just being destroyed, even if you apologize. So, like, half the time it feels like it's not even worth apologizing. Because, like, you're a nice dude. You're an awesome guy. And it just sucks that some people just treat you like crap. Like, because I guess my rule for things is it requires intent. So if you say something that's, like, probably not great, but you didn't mean it, I don't think that, like, you're a bad person. Like, I think that's a stupid
Sorry, I had to
standard
mute
to
myself
have.
for a second.
Sure.
For me, like, I was in the wrong. I went off on those guys. But I thought, like, our friendship before would have justified, like, some forgiveness, some type of conversation where I could redeem myself. And if they don't want to forgive me, that's okay. It is what it is. I've kind of moved on. They're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing.
Is this the one that was like hitting on you, or a different one?
No, that's not that person.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Apparently.
No, that's not that person. No.
That was funny. Wasn't it like a married person was like, yeah. Are we discussing that live or no?
Let's not talk about that.
Okay, we're not gonna go there. But I either way, I don't know. It just this man is like I don't know. I find you very uncontroversial. You're just a kind of chill dude, and people give you crap. I don't entirely get it. Like, maybe it's just me.
Yeah, for me, I am a controversial person when it comes to like the Lego space, when it comes to talking about Lego sets. But I think a lot of people think because I'm controversial in that aspect, I'm controversial in every aspect. Like, I recently joined a Discord, and I was attacked by like 4 or 5 people in the Discord. Like, why are you here? Get out of here. You hate Bionicle. And I'm like,
right. We need to hit on that. So
Yeah.
BFAB, like, stirring up the... Have you done the Ninjago community yet? Have you gone after them yet?
So I'm going to be dropping a video soon where I talk about like the Ninjago community cult, which is a video I should be dropping Sunday.
You need to like collab
That's how
with
I'm
Generic
going after
Stud
the
on
whole
that.
community, because I like Ninjago as a theme. I like some of the communities, but some of the communities are just weird. So
Yeah, Lego Star Wars has that too. Don't worry. Honestly, you should start a series where you just bag on every single Lego theme and every single group of fans for each theme.
Yeah.
I find it so hysterical. So we'll go back real quick to Bionicle. So explain that saga, because that was fun.
yeah, that was the ultimate crap show. When Lego had their 90th anniversary vote thing or whatever it was, they had like Space, Bionicle, Pirates, whatever the other stuff were, as like a voting thing. And all I did was make a video saying that I didn't want Bionicle to win. And Reddit picked that up. The Bionicle Facebook pages picked that up. And that went like viral.
There are Bionicle Facebook. Like, are these like kids don't use Facebook, so these are all adults that were attacking.
Yeah, these are like 30, 40-year-old guys. So yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, they went after me. Like, I didn't mean anything mean by saying I didn't want Bionicle back. I just didn't want Bionicle back, and it failed when it came back a second time. So that was kind of my point in the video. It was a filler video. It was when I was trying to post daily. I'd posted like 15 days in a row. And I just threw that up as a filler video, didn't expect anything from it, and my audience really liked the video. But all of a sudden, then the Bionicle community got the video, and holy crap, I have never dealt with so much crap in my life. I've gotten death threats. People were berating me every single day.
I can't imagine
it was crazy.
that, man. You're getting death threats because you don't want a Bionicle. Leave my Bionicles alone.
I think why people were so defensive over plastic. Like, if you go after Lego agents, I love Lego agents. If you go after Lego agents, I don't care. That's not going to make me hate you. People acted like I was the reason why Bionicle ended, which is not true. There was over 2,000
is the sole reason Bionicle ended.
I think that's what they think. I'm like,
I should title this that. Meet the man who ended Lego Bionicle.
It'll probably get more views. The Bionicle community will see it and share the video.
Let's go dislike, even though we can't. The dislike button doesn't exist anymore.
It's still funny. I miss seeing my over 5,000 dislikes on that video.
Yeah, I mean, you could still technically access it, which is why the whole thing is stupid. Like, that is a man. I was like, that was the stupidest thing because they gave a stupid reason for doing it. They were worried about the mental health of their creators, but then they just would have gotten rid of it altogether because the dislike button still shows up in their analytics.
Yeah.
There was a thing I saw where it's like me doing a cooking recipe, but the dislikes aren't enabled, so people will be midway cooking, and then the meal's like destroyed. Because it's like, have you seen the How To Basic where they'll like do a meal and it's like normal when it's...
I have not watched How To Basic in like 10 years.
so there's this guy, I'll explain, but it's like there's this guy who like goes and he makes like he'll start making like a meal and like an instructions for how to make a different dish, and then they go in and they whatchamacallit, and then it just gets crazier and he just starts making it chaos. So since they disabled the dislikes, no one will know if it's like real or not. Or it was when I'm doing CPR on my grandma, but I didn't check the like button, the dislike button.
A lot of people can now put out false content and you can't see the dislike button. So you don't know the credibility of the content. And for me, like, I love the dislike button. I love seeing dislikes pouring in because I know the algorithm will promote me more. If people see there's a dislike button and I make a crappy video or I make a video criticizing a Lego set, oh, they're always hitting the dislike button.
I honestly think
it's
there was
not.
some corporate or government level thing because like you had I don't like to like get into this, but it's like they had like all these like because you had people like targeting like first off YouTube had their own stuff. They had all the rewinds were getting significant dislikes. And people kind of made a meme out of it. And then you had like corporations whenever they put out a trailer. It's like this is the new worst most disliked video, and you get all the articles showing just how bad this is, and they were like, stop it. Or you have like with politics where it's like, oh, I'll dislike a political video, and you'd have those. So I don't know. I feel like that had an element to do with it.
I think people are too sensitive. I think that's what.
I don't think that was it. I think that was their excuse. I think they were just doing it to back their corporate people. But I guess we disagree there. So I mean, what is it like? So you've been in the community for 8 years, you said. So like, I'm assuming you don't like have any intent on leaving, right? Right.
I don't know. I mean, I do this for fun, right? I do this when I have free time.
This is your hobby.
When I'm not busy. It's not something like I care to do. It's like I don't want to be a full-time YouTuber. I don't care to get to that level. I know like you and Ryan and Justin.
I'm not going to be a full-time YouTuber. That's not something I'm.
You don't want to be a full-time YouTuber? No.
I'm not going to do it full-time. I want to get to a point where I'm like doing consistently very, very well. Like I like to get to a point where I'm like, if I have like say, like let's just throw out a crazy number. According to my analytics, in the next 5 years, I'll have 700,000, which I don't know how much I believe, but like even say if it's like half that, at that point I'd do 2 really high quality videos a week and hire an editor to put it together. And like I want to do real estate and like fun stuff like that. So like I can I don't think being a YouTuber, even if I have 800,000 subscribers, I don't want to rely on that to like, feed a family when I'm like 30 or something. So
it's very unstable. Yeah. And I know a lot of people, their goal is to become a YouTuber. Like that's a lot of people's goals. That's not mine.
There was a stat I saw where it's like 18% of our generation wants to be like their job aspiration is to be a content creator, but only actually like 10% do it. So I guess I'm in the 10%. Yeah. Because they're worried about peer pressure. I guess that was I found that kind of interesting because like I'd probably fall under that boat if like the whole COVID stuff didn't happen, where I was just at home not interacting with anyone, because that's really how I like actually got seriously started, and I don't know, I found that all fascinating. And like Lego's consistently growing.
A lot of people started YouTube,
Yeah, I mean, and you've had the community's blown up, especially in the last 2 years. Because I could remember back in the day, you had your core like 5-6 Lego YouTubers. You had your Jangbricks, you had your Just Too Good, you had your Brick Queen and the Brick Show, and like there was like one other one, and that was basically it. And now it's like you have so many different people, like and it's great. You have the Star Wars community now, and like you have like there are a lot more like you have Emma Source and Potter Minifigs, and you have you, and you have just tons of people. And I just find it fascinating.
Grown.
What's up?
I'm like, yeah, the community has grown,
and it's been great to see. I'm really happy to see it grow the way it has. And it's just been nice, like just seeing how many more people are getting involved in it. Than say work, because you're one of the troopers. You've been around a while, so I mean, I guess I want to leave that in the next one. So like. This is a very broad question, but like, what are your life goals? Like, is this something you want to just be doing your whole life, or like, are you like, I'll get bored of it probably when I'm like 30 or something?
I mean, I'm already bored of it sometimes. I mean, for me, I'm only putting out content when I feel like it. Like, I went 40 days without posting, like back in February, like January, February, right? I went 40 days without posting, then started posting again.
Yeah, and you had some videos. I don't really care about
views, subs. I just don't want to pull Brick Queen views. I don't want to get 2 views a video. Like, that's the only thing I technically care about. Like, this is not my goal. It's not my goal to be a YouTuber or
so what is your goal? I'm curious, because you're not like, I don't know what you're working now. Like, I don't. Yeah. Are you like revealing that, or like?
For me, my goal is to work a bunch and pay off my debt, my medical debt. I have, I think, right now like 40 grand in medical debt, and after that's done, then I'm just gonna go to trade school and work on either being a plumber or electrician.
I could see beef
you don't
out
have to be
being
in
a
school for
plumber.
that long for that, and then I'll make money. So
that is one of the most needed things in my area: plumbers and electricians. So you're not gonna have a
they
problem.
make good money.
Yeah,
And
they
you're not in
do,
school
and
for
I
only,
mean they don't need
so.
a degree. They don't need anything. I mean, something that you should probably look into because you already have this skill. Editing. Like, you know, that pays really well, and you're good at it.
I would say I'm an average editor.
I know, but
look at
that's all
people
people
like
need.
Tommy.
A lot of people need average editing.
Yeah, I think for me though, like I do editing just when I don't know. What am I trying to say? I don't enjoy editing. I don't hate editing, but I don't think I could do it as a full time.
No, I'm with you there.
So
Well, Tommy C, right? That's what you were saying.
Yep, Tommy C. Brooks. Yep.
Yeah, he's good at photography too. So like he has
he's
the
good
best
at
of both
everything.
worlds. Didn't he go to film school or something?
I think did he go to film school? Shoot, I think he went to art school. I think.
Something like that. Because I remember he
Yeah.
had I think he had like some sort of like school project he uploaded. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we were on Tommy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's fantastic at filming. Like he has like smoke machines and like whatever else he does, and he just did his face reveal, which was impressive.
He's good at literally everything he does. And if he doesn't know how to do something, I've been in calls where he can't like figure out how to do something, and by the end of the day, he knows how to do it. Like he is such an impressive individual.
He's an intense guy. Like his videos are very intense in the way that's the only word I could think to describe it. Because like with generic, him and generic are very different. Because like they both have a very high level of quality, but they're high quality in different ways. Generic is very high quality editing and substance to like this, because he's a great storyteller. In his videos, he's like that's something I want to learn to do better. Where he has like a beginning, middle, and end type of format, where he actually wants to tell a story. Like today, I am doing this, and then he actually walks you through him doing that, and I think it's really cool. So I've tried adapting that a little bit, but it's hard to make those into like full videos. And for me at least, like I'll do like a custom like set or something, and I'll just show you the process of building it. And then with Tommy, he is like a I don't even know, he's like a tech YouTuber. Like, have you ever seen those where they're like, I don't know, I can't think of how to describe him, where they just have these insanely high like lighting, camera, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%. He is totally like a tech YouTuber. You're totally right with that.
Yeah, he has just that high level of production that you don't really see a lot of places.
You don't see it in the Lego community. I think he's basically above Lego community standards.
And that's the thing I love seeing with all these people. There's this kid who I've been talking to. He's fantastic. Jaxish. He like runs this channel. He has like 700 something.
Oh, he is so talented. He's like what, 12, and he's
13 or 14, I think. I think he's going to, like, I told him, like, listen, dude, like, I'm doing a few collabs with him now. I just want to do it so that way I could say that, like, listen, I worked with this kid when he was like this big, and like now, and then he's gonna be like one of the top, like, he's going to be the biggest Lego YouTuber. I'm confident in that, because if this is where he is
found him
now.
a while back, and I was like, yo, this little kid edits better than 95% of the people in the Lego community.
He edits better than me. Like this was my thought process. I'm thinking, like, if my analytics are anything in an indication of correct, and I'm consistently making what I'm making now, I would take him on as an editor. Like, I haven't even told him that yet. But like I don't know what I do in that regard, but like, I'd really want to do that because I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, he's just really that good. I mean, he's probably gonna be bigger than me by then, so that's probably not an option. But still, the thought is out there.
I think you both are killing it. You both are doing very, very good at what you guys do. So
yeah, I mean, you've had a few videos blow up too. On your channel, you had like a Harry Potter one I was watching the other day. Let me pull it up. And like you've had like some 30,000, 40,000 view ones, right?
So when I was consistent, like when I did an experiment, I'm like, if I post 5 weeks in a row, same time, same day, will I get back in the algorithm? Now, I had videos about 2-3 months ago that got over like 30,000 views or close to it, and then you'll just see the drop, right? But then I started being very inconsistent. But it is super easy to grow when it comes to YouTube. Like, maybe I shouldn't be giving this advice because I've been doing this for such a long time, and I finally
you hit the algorithm really well, actually. Yeah. Like
the algorithm, though, is such an easy thing to learn. Like I'm in calls with like Tommy and Rosie, who they've both kind of like grown extremely fast, like in the whole like Lego YouTube space, and so they study the algorithm. And hearing what they say, when you take their advice and you actually use it, it works very well for you. Like,
so what do they say? I want to hear it. I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, example, they told me to start a new channel, right? And so I originally did that. Now, that's not where they were right. They're like, well, if you're very consistent, you do this, you do that, you're going to do well. And if you look at the gradual growth of my videos, like, okay, let's say they all had like 1 or 2K. And then I had that Marvel video that got 24K, 30K, whatever it was.
Which one's
and
that?
The next video had like 24K or whatever. But like
there it
that
is,
was just
the Marvel sets.
Yeah, like that's literally just being consistent. And if you look at the numbers, when I was looking at analytics, both of those two videos are about 88% recommendations.
Wow.
So
you see, I've had a hard time hitting recommendations. Actually, I've noticed with my analytics, I'm mostly off of browse features, which I found interesting. So like when people, I guess, search up Lego Star Wars. I'm high on the list, which is good. So like if people want to go find reviews, I'm there. But I'm not hitting recommendations, I guess, in the same way you are, which is kind of interesting.
And I mean, right now, like I am totally out of recommendations. Like now, my recommendations are like 12%. I think
it's like the Muppets clearly didn't hit recommendations, but I think it's because of the title, because it's wrong.
What happened?
No, I was just saying the Muppets didn't hit, but I think it's because the title is just wrong.
The title is incorrect grammar.
No, it's just wrong. It says the Muppets extremely overrated. Those are not things that go well together.
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've tried to come up with clickbaity titles. They don't always work, but I think that in general, for me, like the reason why like my recent videos haven't done well, like you take 40 days off, you kill your channel. That's what you're doing, and you have to get back into the algorithm. Like if I continue to be consistent and post every Sunday that I've been like doing recently, I'll get back in the algorithm. Once I get back in the algorithm, if I choose to continue to post, I'll stay in the algorithm. If I choose to vanish for a month, I'm not going to stay in the algorithm. It's going to screw everything up and I have to work twice as hard.
I mean, I was the one telling you, like, I mean, the thing about YouTube is you have to be in a routine. So my routine is right now is daily uploads. I'm fully willing to admit that daily uploads are not the way anymore with YouTube. Because that's just not how the algorithm works as much anymore. But I like doing them, and generally speaking, it's it's been consistent for me, and I've liked having that level of consistency. But you're hitting the more modern algorithm, which is have these types of videos where you're consistent with your upload schedule, say upload Sundays and Thursdays or whatever. Which I think, by the way, is a good upload schedule. Like, I'm probably going to do that eventually. But I mean, I think that's really interesting because you could look at the algorithm rewards you. You got like 24, 30, 31, 15,000, 6,000, and then kind of.
Then you see a drop. Then you'll see like if you looked at like how the video upload.
Do you think it has to do with the content?
I think it's just the upload schedule. I started then posting different days, and I took down a video which was doing really well. I took down Lego Stealing Your Designs, and I think that video had like 6,000 views in less than 24 hours, which for my YouTube channel is pretty good. Is that
that was the man suing that man that sued Lego?
Yeah. So I had a video originally up that I was talking about like how Lego stole the guy's design, and I was for the guy, I was defending the guy. That video
I was against him when I saw it, and I was like, that's a stupid idea.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, a lot of people were talking to me, and I was reading the comments, and I'm like, well, they're right. I rarely take down videos because I believe I'm right most of the time, but I'm like, okay, these guys are right. And then I made a new video after doing research into him, like, this guy's very disturbing. So
I don't like deleting videos. So, like, I'll report a wrong thing on a news video, for instance. I don't like taking him down because I don't want to, like, hide my mistakes, in a sense. Because I like to admit, like, I'll say in another video, I made a mistake, I was wrong, and I'll make a pinned comment to make sure people know. Because usually if something's skeptical or doesn't pan out, people will check the comments. So I usually leave that there, just saying I didn't know, but I don't like, I guess, taking stuff down like that, just because I feel like I'm dishonest. I totally understand why people do it, though. I don't know. I feel like
and that's why
it's already there.
In my secondary video. That's why I mentioned in my secondary video that I was against my original, beliefs and stuff.
Yeah.
That had completely changed my mind.
It's just, I guess, if you reference that, then I guess people would go back to find out what your original beliefs were and then see how you've evolved, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to spread false information because that video that I made was quickly thrown together. It was an emotional video, right? I connected immediately with screw Lego, kind of hopping on that bandwagon without doing a lot of research. And then I did research and realized, well, according to copyright law, he has no case. And then I found out more about him, and then I'm like, well, I'm giving false information if I keep this video up.
I mean, his whole premise was stupid. So for those who don't know, there was this guy who they did this Fab Five loft set from a Netflix show that nobody watched, and it was basically there was a shirt in it that someone wore in the show because he gave it to one of the people in the show. So the show then owns it because it was in the show, and basically, he gave this guy a jacket. And they put it in a Lego set because, the designers don't know that this is someone else's shirt. They wore it in the show. So his case was stupid to begin with because once he gave it to them and said, you can wear this in the show, it was theirs.
Yeah.
It was the show's. It wasn't his. And beyond that, the other design, varied. It said a very different thing. So with polo shirts, everyone, you'll have two different polo shirts. They just have different little logos on them. They're still different brands. So I feel like the same standard kind of applies.
And you can't copyright clothing. You just can't. So he has no case. So I don't know why lawyers didn't tell him that. I know he said lawyers and
does he have a copyright on the shirt that showed up in the show? I don't even think he did.
I don't know if you can copyright design. According to the research I did, you can't copyright design of clothing. So he has no case. Well, it's not like it's a specific logo that you put on a shirt where you could copyright that. He can't copyright what he did. He just spray painted a bunch of stuff on a jacket.
Yeah, and what was the thing I messaged you after that video?
Oh, I know you sent me a message saying that you think that logo would just settle.
Oh yeah. No, they'd just settle. It would be a $2,000 settlement. It wouldn't be crazy. No, I mean it was the funny comment or something stupid because he's a crackhead artist or something.
Yeah, well, in one of his interviews, he said he did drugs, and so I just pulled that up and used it in my video. And a lot of people are like, wow, you're a horrible person. You said that he was a drug addict. I'm like, he said it in an interview. I didn't pull this stuff out of nowhere, so.
Yeah, here, I just want to find it, because they had, I don't know. It was the, I said something funny. I forgot what it was, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that. Where it was his poop-filled something. Oh yeah, he was probably wrote this while pooping in a yeah.
To give context to that, the guy made artwork out of bodily fluid. So
yes, that was gross. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I find you a fascinating guy. Where can people find you?
You guys can find me at Brother From Another Brick. Please dislike and unsubscribe if you're subscribed.
He's a funny guy too. He hasn't done one of his drunk live streams in a while, which has been mildly disappointing. I've been looking out for him. I'll have my.
For the sake of other people, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, and every time they happen, some controversy happens. So I feel like I have to be there. I feel like history's being made when they happen. No, because I remember every time you were depressed and building the Mandalorian brickheads or something.
Yeah, I have a lot of drunk incidents online. A lot of the live streams have been taken down because I make a fool of myself. So
taken down by you or YouTube?
Other people have taken it down. I've appeared on people's live streams. Other people can take down live streams? Oh yeah. I didn't tell them to take it down. They felt bad for me. Nobody wants a crying 23-year-old on a live stream.
I remember that. I wasn't entirely sure what was going on because I just come in and BFAB's kind of hysterical. And I'm like,
yeah. Alcohol is a powerful tool, and that's why I no longer drink on live streams.
You see,
over the past year.
If I had a nickel for every time I joined a Lego live stream and someone was crying hysterically, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah, I think it's weird for me because again, like alcohol, like it plays with your emotions. If you're sad, you're sad. If you're angry, you're angry. If you're happy, you're happy. And so for me, like at that time in the Lego community, I was getting attacked by everyone. So I was just drinking myself to death. And so yeah, then I made a fool of myself multiple
Yeah,
times.
guys, big thing. Don't drink, but if you're going to drink, drink in moderation. I personally
Yeah.
don't drink, also because I am not legally allowed to. So,
Guys, don't drink. It's not a good thing. I
yeah,
would
it's not good
recommend
for
against
your
it.
brain, especially if you're under 26. Then it stunts your brain development. But your brain development's probably already stunted if you've listened to the last 50 minutes of this podcast. So either way,
We'll go with that.
with that said, thank you, BFAB, for popping on to the Republic Stud Show. This is available on Spotify, YouTube, wherever else. Please leave a 5-star rating on Spotify. We'll see you all in the next one. Anything else, BFAB?
That would be all. Thanks for having me on.